2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, greetings, salutations. I am the Raven. This is the Family Landstar, joining me yet again for a bit of delving into the Guild of Dungeoneering. We shall go by. How Discord has them listed. First up, we have JKLantern.
Hello! I have food.
At least it's better than usual streams where it's a case of you haven't eaten at all day.
Yep.
Next up, your Star Princess HLC.
I can still hear his voice.
Who sadly still lamented the loss of the first Lantern's ice cream monk. And last but not finally, we have Viola, the Chaos Child, and God Onion.
Hi, I'm here. And I'm not gonna fall asleep this time, hopefully.
You didn't fall asleep for the LP, you fell asleep for the stream.
And for story time with Lantern, because
Well, at the very least, fell asleep for Nate the Talking Snake. Was around for
Yeah.
the Oscar story.
yes.
I likely won't fall asleep during recordings today.
How you fell asleep after hearing the Oscar story, I have no idea, because that story is friggin' horrific.
Yes!
I don't know either. I was very tired.
Nom 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 nom.
Nom nom.
Nom.
Nom. Give me the thing.
Yeah, I have a big thing of crackers and cheese in front of me.
Mm. Now you just need pepperoni to go with, and you can make a little sandwich.
I could.
Okay, time for Kikyo to show you how he stood.
Elsa, stop haunting us in the corner.
There we go.
Ah, the mountain goats. I think they're the one who do that song, Your Princess is in Another Castle, that I really like.
At the very least, they crave the mineral. Elsa, let it go!
I can't remember if I mentioned this last video, but so I work in a preschool, as we are all well aware, and occasionally different rooms do movies, and Frozen obviously is a very popular one. There are other ones that are popular in our building, but Frozen, you know, it's mega huge. One of our after-school teachers has very strong opinions on Frozen. Not a fan. That particular teacher describes it as the worst Disney movie ever, or their least favorite Disney movie ever.
Yeah, because again, Home on the Range is probably the worst one they've done.
I never remember that Home on the Range is a thing. Like whenever you bring up Home on the Range, I'm like, oh yeah, that movie exists.
Yeah, and people want to forget it exists. Because it was that bad.
And I mean, like, I had forgotten that Treasure Planet and, what was the other one? Atlantis. I had forgotten that both of those exist.
Oh, yeah.
Like, though, when those came out, like, I was in, what, middle school, probably? And it's kind of the same thing as the reason why I never wound up picking up Kingdom Hearts. Oh, it's Disney, it's for babies, you know, I don't need to... Although I hear that both Treasure Planet and Atlantis are really good. In fact, I've been told by a couple of my friends that one of the characters in the Atlantis movie is basically me.
Somehow expecting is the guy who looks like a mole man with the goggles.
Surprisingly, no. It's
It's the florist explosionist dude.
yeah. Look, I made a bridge. It only took me like 10 seconds. Slushy elemental.
Um,
I love weird elementals and golems. There's a series of books by, I am going to butcher this guy's name. For all of you, literature nerds out there, I apologize in advance. China Mieville? I don't know. It's the Boss Lag saga. Perdido Street Station, the Scar, and Iron Council. Iron Council involves a bunch of weird elementals and weird golems for reasons. And, like, the most interesting one I can't talk about because it's super spoilerific, but, like, a huge part of the plot is the hunt for this guy who essentially brought golem-making techniques to this magic steampunk city. Also, there are really cool monsters in those books. It's been several years since I've read any of them, but they're really cool.
So I don't know. So I just bring up the Creator Codex. That's Cobble Press has done, and it's got entire sections on golems. One of them is the hair golem.
Ooh.
It turns out it's just a guy who really needs a shave.
I was gonna say, Cousin It, is that you? Ah, I see.
And then automatically I go back to my childhood of the bear that wasn't.
I remember the name of that. I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah, the basic story of it was some bear was hibernating. He wandered off, and I guess while he was sleeping, industrialization occurred around, so he ended up trapped in this factory. And he was wandering around with a cigarette and a cup of coffee and a hat on, and they're like, get back to work. He's like, I'm a bear. And they're like, no, you're a silly man who needs a shave and wears a fur coat. So they would just go to, like, every person higher up throughout the entirety of the building to, like, the president and such, and being like, no, you're not a bear. You're a silly man who needs a shave and wears a fur coat. To even the point where they went up to some zoo bears who said that. And so he was like, okay, I guess I'm not a bear. So he goes to work. And then winter comes along, and it's like, well, I don't know what to do now. But then he's like, wait, I actually am a bear despite what everybody was saying. So he goes to hibernate.
It's like some perverse version of the purple push pop joke.
Pretty much.
Also, on that note, generic non-infringing cartoon Ice Princess.
Nicely done.
nice.
But she was the queen.
So there we go.
I remember there was a weird kids book like we were read in elementary school. It was a picture book. I don't remember the name of it. But it's basically, there is this cat. It has 3 legs. It lives in a house. It wants to see the world because its worldview is all wrong. It thinks like oceans are made of grape soda and all this other stuff. But he lives with his owner who is like a real homebody and he's never left the house. But the owner has a cousin with like a really furry hat. And the cousin travels the world. And one day, like, the cousin comes in after their most recent world traveling, and they're like, well, I think my next trip around the world is going to be my last because, like, my furry hat, it's falling apart, and I'm bald, and my head gets friggin' cold. And while this is going on, the cat is asleep next to the hat, and, so the cousin ends up picking up the cat instead of the hat and wearing it out. Hey, the hat's warmer than I remember it being. I can keep traveling the world. And then the cat wakes up and is like, oh, hey, I can see the world now. And the owner of the cat is like, man, my cat sleeps all the time and, like, all its hair is falling out, but this is fine. And I honestly have no idea what the moral of this book is supposed to be. Like, if you sleep a lot, you may achieve your dreams? Like, what the hell is going on with this story? Will somebody tell me?
I think the moral is people are stupid.
Yeah. And then later on, the movie Gay Paris comes out.
We taped that off of television. I only remember watching it like once. Back when VCRs were a thing.
Eee.
Be kind, rewind.
Oh god, so this is going to... Raven is going to mock me for this.
Oh, God. Wow.
So, back when VHS were a thing, you know, like, you had your VCR, and, like, you know, it has its fast forward and its rewind and its record function, depending on the VCR.
Yes.
But sometimes you could go into stores, and you would find, like, a separate doohickey that was just a VHS rewinder. And you may wonder, like, who would buy such a thing when you already have a VCR that has these functions? We had them. But we had a good reason. Every single VCR that we ever owned, for some weird-ass reason, the rewind function would eventually just break and not work. It would play fine, it would fast-forward fine, because we never used the fast-forward, but rewinding, it would just be like, nope, nope, dead. So we would have to shell out the money to get a separate VHS rewinder. And so, like, we would eject the VHS, put it in the rewinder, and be like, God damn it, this is so stupid.
I mean, we have one as well because of my brother, so...
Behave, mouse. Oh god, yes, this.
I misread that. I thought it said the fart-mittable snowman.
I see.
You know, that's not the most terrible thing I've heard today. Star.
I mean, there are two places that you could use the word cheeks.
Star, you cheeky bugger.
And you see, like, for everything that, like, Star or I post in the server that is terrible, there are, like, 10 things that are infinitely worse that we're not posting.
Yes.
And you know, I probably won't be surprised by any of it.
No, you really won't.
Been there, done that. You call that questionable?
Actually, I'm tempted to talk. I may type a thing in the chat video. Just because I don't want to say it out loud in a recording. It's It
is it about your racist nickname?
No, it's not that. It's the subreddit.
Oh, that one.
I have to remember the exact name of it. Hang on,
Confusion?
let me check something on the Reddit real quick. Reddit.
I will say that Surratt knows of it.
Oh yeah.
Well, he said what he knows all the terrible things.
I've been actually going through a bunch of his LPs while we've been shut down.
Not worth it.
Okay,
I just mainly went through the Fuzzy Pickles compilation with lore for Earthbound.
Yep. I may go through that entire LP at some point, because after watching that compilation, I'm in an Earthbound mood. I've been watching his Sam and Max LPs, and god damn it, I love Sam and Max. Okay, so this subreddit exists.
Oh, I see.
Don't look that up.
Okay.
Ironically, there is a GIF in the Discord GIF section that's related to that.
Yeah, I first saw that GIF on the subreddit. I can't even. It must have been Brit who sent that subreddit to me, and I don't know why she found it. Like that's definitely something she would be like, hey, check this out. This exists.
Yes, that's definitely a thing. Oops.
Which is ironic considering we found that during like the big 10-hour voice chat we had like last year.
Yeah. Gelato.
Now I'm reminded I miss ice cream and cheesecake.
Star has legit been craving cheesecake for the since before my job closed down.
Yeah.
Like all last week you were texting me like, I want cheesecake.
Like even on Thursday when we were like marathoning some Star Trek, just every random thing I'd be like, does he have cheesecake? I want it.
Does Chief O'Brien have cheesecake? Knowing him, probably. Klingon cuisine is not exactly subtle. Do they have cheesecake? I don't know.
I just want ice cream.
We watched a lot of Klingon episodes on Thursday.
Yep.
There's Klingons on the starboard bow, starboard bow,
Starboard bow, Klingon. He's worse than dead. He's dead. Jim, he's dead. Jim, he's dead. Jim. But yeah. Like our original plan was, I was going to take Star through most of Next Generation in order, and then we got to an episode, and I'm like, I don't like that one. It's creepy and dumb, and they do better things with that idea. Hell, even later in the season.
Is that the one with the worms?
It's not the one with the worms. There's an episode where the Enterprise gets caught in a booby trap, and so Geordi gets the designer of the Enterprise in the holodeck, essentially, and like the main thing is like, oh, he falls in love with the hologram, and it's like,
Oh.
There have been better episodes with this. This is just painful to watch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is a shame, because I like Geordi as a character.
And later on, we get where he does meet the creator, and then we have Voyager with Harry Kim and his disastrous love life.
Poor Harry Kim! Harry Kim! His life is terrible.
Yeah.
He's fresh out of the academy, which is fine. Voyager is supposed to be an easy job. In fact, for everyone, it's supposed to be an easy job. It's like it's one of Janeway's first major commands because she was previously in the science division. She was a blue shirt. So it's like, oh, we'll give you this nice science ship. You'll do the exploring thing. It'll be a nice short jaunt around the Alpha Quadrant. They get zapped to nowhere and are stuck in the middle of nowhere for 7 years. And like, poor Harry, like, he somehow winds up with the job of effectively running the day-to-day operations of the ship. He never gets promoted, even though, like, Tom Paris gets demoted and then re-promoted ahead of him. Harry Kim dies and gets tortured, like, more times than anyone. He is possibly the only person in the history of Starfleet for getting written up for getting it on with a green-skinned space babe because he catches, like, space STI of some sort.
Oh.
Like it's terrible to be Harry Kim.
Yeah.
Like, everything bad that could happen happens to Harry Kim in Voyager.
Yeah. We have characters to die who tells us to get turned into Borg, but then we got Harry Kim whose whole life is, I'm Harry Kim and this is my curse.
Harry Kim. Oh no, what happened to me today is like a nightmare. What happened to me on Voyager, that is my life. Voyager is not great. I do have fond memories of watching it as a kid, but like when I last tried to rewatch it, I got through like 3 episodes and I was like, this hurts. Enterprise was less painful than this.
How dare you, sir?
I'm weirdly fond of Enterprise. I realize it's not very good.
The thing about Voyager is, case if we have this premise of we have the Maquis crew and the Federation crew, they have to work together to survive this new area of space. We never get any middle ground between them. We never get them having to say this doesn't work, this doesn't work. Maybe this works.
The main thing that's the problem with Voyager. Oh god, we're about to have a lantern rant. Everybody hit the deck. Voyager could have been amazing. So, some of the original ideas for Voyager, they're beamed out to the middle of nowhere and they have to survive. That's a fantastic idea. That's a great idea. We have, like, the Maquis terrorist crew. We have the regular Voyager crew. That's also a great idea. Like, how are these people gonna live together? We get people like Neelix and Cass. Okay, they dropped the ball with Neelix. But, like, picking up natives of the Delta Quadrant. Also a really great idea. Just like, oh no, we have people dying, we can't replace them, we find these weird aliens out in the middle of nowhere. They join up with us. How do we assimilate? What do they know that we don't? What do we know that they don't? Another great idea.
This is just really quite surprising.
We can't replace any of our things because we're in the middle of nowhere. We'll just have to MacGyver things. Also a great idea. What do? They take all of those ideas, use none of them. We have the HMS reset button instead.
Yeah. Hey, stop.
It's like,
how do you feel like being Snow Witch?
Ooh.
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 I have a traffic cone on my head.
Traffic cone!
Well, it's a cone of some sort. And one of the things I remember later on in this case, we had the bit between species, combination of numbers, and the Borg.
Yeah.
Too quick.
Much too quick. Or like the Year of Hell episodes. That was going to be a whole season, and of course at the end of those 2 episodes they do the reset button because time travel. Yay! Again, there were a lot of good characters, even if they were horribly inconsistently written. There were good ideas, and they just squandered them, unfortunately.
Mm. Yeah, like you said, the blonde Romulan lady who's like related to Tasha's not used much since after her appearance. So
Oh yeah, in Next Gen,
yeah.
yeah, like we're going to make a recurring Romulan villain, and then never use the Romulans again. Oh boy.
Hmm.
Like and that's one of the things I love in DS9. There's a consistent story arc. There are recurring villains. Wei-Yun, all of the incarnations of Wei-Yun, they're fantastic.
We have Goldacott all the way from being the military leader who oversaw the occupation of Bajor to the fanatical lunatic he became in the end.
Gul Dukat is, oh man, he is such a great character, and this will make sense once we get all the way through Breath of Fire 4, but for Star's benefit, Gul Dukat is a less competent Yuna.
Oh dear.
He is.
Speaking of dear, Star, I'm sorry.
Oh no.
But you got to take him out with you.
Well,
Exactly what?
Ow.
Okay, there's only one that calls for. Lantern 3, go on an event, Star.
Avenge her death!
I can still hear my voice.
I can still hear her voice.
At least I died fabulously with a traffic cone.
Yep.
What do you imagine if Carl ever watched these videos, we're going to get a buttload of memes because of this nonsense. And I'm saying this not being particularly fond of memes.
Carl is gradually turning more into a cryptid, but it's fine. We love Carl.
Yes. Carl is the Myron of Discord,
Carl is the Myron of Discord.
with Andrew not far behind.
Yep. I want to eat that mammoth.
You know, I've actually rules for at least a full-size mammoth in D&D. I swear, at one point we're going to be facing it, and your response to it is, "I want to eat that mammoth."
Well, that's going to be interesting because in Sly 2, if we ever get around to those, there is a point where we do run into a mammoth.
If we ever play that one terrible, terrible game with space and dinosaurs.
Oh yeah,
and,
that.
There are mammoths and they talk and they are literally too dumb to live. You must bring me this food thing that I am hungry for. You have to dig for it. I'm incapable of digging for it. Well then, how are you still fucking alive?
Because we get suckers like you to do it for us. We're much like the fairies in Breath of Fire.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a specific game for the
Oh.
Uh-oh.
there's a couple
Uh-oh.
games for, oh no.
Rip Lantern 3.
Oh, now on to Lantern number 4.
Welp.
They come to the guild and want to fight. Sad to see them sliced and diced. Not only once.
Haha, Rinsbrinkson. It's almost like Rinswind.
Hmm. Rinstar! Someone posted a great Discworld comic on Tumblr from
that
Interesting
one.
Times.
Yes.
And like I posted it, and I don't think Meg's ever read any of the Discworld books, but she immediately was like, "This is amazing." Cohen the Barbarian, such a great character.
You say about possibly doing some movie nights with the Curious Case. I have. It's not Soul Music, it's Hogfather.
Okay.
It's Hogfather's case of. This is probably one to watch with the crew.
I do love Hogfather. That was actually one of the first Discworld books I got. I have it in hard copy, which is, compared to most of my Discworld collection, which is on my Kindle, it's rare for me to have one in hard copy. It's like I have Color of Magic, I have Guards somewhere in hard copy, Men-at-Arms, Night Watch, and oh my god, Night Watch. I have Hogfather. I'm trying to think what other ones, but yeah, Hogfather's. I love Hogfather.
On that point, actually 2 points. One, I've read Reaper Man.
Reaper Man is. I loaned my hard copy of that to someone, and I just wound up getting a digital one. Reaper Man is amazing.
Yeah. My mother said this is the one to check out.
Yeah,
And it
like
is.
even though it's two very distinct stories going on that only barely intertwine, it is phenomenal.
Yep. And on to point number 2. Seeing the previews for, I think it's Men-at-Arms or Guards, whatever the hell they're calling it, and it's only based on Tate Batty's work.
That is disappointing.
Mm.
Oh, we got Sherry in there. It's a case of they're no longer just a dwarf, accepting basing feminine aspects about themselves. It's they're now a non-binary person instead. It just feels like that isn't the character. And
Yeah, like
and missing from the screenshots I've seen, it's a case of seeing the actors playing Vims and Carrots. They look spot on.
yeah,
Problem is, it's the aesthetic. This
Yeah.
isn't modern Ankh-Morpork.
yeah.
It is. The series is going to be Americanized. They're probably going to gut out everything that made the series good.
Mm.
It's no.
The quintessential Britishness of the Discworld books is part of their charm.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you said about it last time we got on the topic case of basically how. Oh, actually, no, with that Tumblr post I saw being going around is basically how angry Tate Patchett was getting along as the series went along, especially when the modern series with Moist and Guards. It became less subtle but more in your face.
Yeah.
It's for me, it was never a problem. It's a case of we have Monstrous Regiment. I have only read it once. I probably should go back and read it again. It's at a time it just discovery that about discovery about every character in that regiment was who they were, and it just for me at the time just felt like a bit of a joke. But I'm feeling as I am now, probably a bit more mature, a bit more eyes open in the case of. I probably have a lot better view of it now.
Like, that's not one of the ones I go back to most often. I've read it a couple of times, mostly because I love the character of Sergeant Jackram. But yeah, that, like, I remember when I was reading through that one, I was like, I think I was, like, not very far in, and I was already like, okay, I see what's going to happen here with the characters. You telegraphed this one pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm going off the wrong one. That's the Hill Giant, Frost Giant. The Elk one is over there. Whoops. Yeah, there's a smack 'em.
Snoger.
Mm.
What are
Snoger,
you doing in my swamp?
what are you doing in me glacier?
Just funny because I was just watching the Shrek musical yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Is this better? Yes, it is.
It's
Yeah.
weird to me how many, like, memes and stuff I see involving Shrek, because it's like, yeah, that movie came out when I was a kid, like, what, 20 years ago, something like that?
Yeah, it's an older one.
Now lacking
Mhm.
plate armor and a skull helm.
Kikyo has gone full edgelord.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, indeed.
Ah.
Kikyo, I'm sorry.
Well, now you're gonna have to deal with the wrath of Kyle.
Oh no.
May your afterlife be full of Final Fantasy and cheese.
And the guild survives. Hurrah! Hurrah! Hooray!
Oh hey, cool, Lantern's back.
Oh, hi,
He's
guys!
alive.
I got better.
Lantern the Fifth, the search for Lantern the Fourth.
Ooh, barbarian.
Barbarian.
Dave the Barbarian, huge but a wimp.
Wrinkled and old. Would that be like
His sister's fag and candy, or a princess and a chip, not a monkey.
barbarian? Oh.
So, do we have a name for this egg of a barbarian?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Who is the least barbarian person in the server? Hmm.
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 You gotta say,
Thonk.
you gotta say Carl, aren't you?
I was thinking it. Either that or Meg. But Meg's already reserved for someone, so.
Yes.
Anna.
You know,
There was a
for Carl.
there was a joke I was.
I go for Carl before K because if we're going to name a Dungeoneer after Carl, we at least gotta need to make sure they've got a full head of hair.
That is very true. Carl's hair is majestic.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
We're still going to try this. This time we're going to make sure. Go the right way!
Yes, it's time to go for the elk.
Yes.
And then it's like, I'm not an elk, I'm a reindeer.
I ain't a elk. I'm a gnu. I'm a gnu. The nicest work of nature in the zoo. I'm a gnu. How'd you do? You really ought to know wahoo's wahoo. I'm a gnu. Spelled GNU. Call me. Okay, I know I'm mixing up the verses now, but I don't care. Call me Bison or Cotton, and I'll sue. So let me introduce. I'm neither man nor moose. Oh, gano, gano, gano. I'm a gnu.
What's GNU with you?
We had like a kids album sung by John Lithgow with that song.
And now remember why I don't play barbarians a lot. They, what's Death Race? Oh god!
Yakety yak, don't talk back.
Lost the barbarians' abilities to hurt themselves. It gives me good card, but it builds the health.
It's a barrel full of Carl.
Yeah.
Carl has become the Donkey Kong.
The very least should be very popular with Ashton Anchors.
Oh yeah. No, nobody's gonna get that joke.
Nope. I barely get that joke, so.
Yeah, that is true. Steam re-release for that game, please, Square Enix.
Gory story, another hero dies for glory. In the ground they rest their head. Dead, dead, dead.
You are dead, dead, dead. You are dead.
Always look on the bright side of life.
Do-do, 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 do-do.
We watched that for date night one time, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Okay, and answer number 4. Avenge Kikyo and Carl.
Do I get hazard pay?
No.
Damn it!
We are successful enough for hazard pay.
How about dental insurance?
Oh, you get dental. Oh, just what I don't need. Another flipping idea was case. Oh, it's more comical D&D adventure based around the company. Just the whole purpose of it to clear out dungeons, and it's ridiculous. Admittedly, if
I know
you.
I know one of my friends was in a campaign where the entire party was bards. They are basically a rock band. I'm trying to remember what the name of it was. It wasn't No Holds Barred, because that was the thing from Raquel. God. It was some pun on bard. But, like, they all had, like, the rock star tropes going on. So, like, for a one-shot they did, they were, like, stuck in a haunted house. But none of them realized they were stuck on a haunted house because they all have these... Like, one of them's coked out of their mind, one of them's a diva, and they just think that the house is giving them terrible service or that, like, they're tripping balls or something.
session. This ain't going too well.
This is fine.
No. Ugh. Don't want to risk a snogger. Yes. Thankfully, this is not a boss on timer. Admittedly,
A walrus, quick, grab the bucket.
admittedly, after this when it's over, I think it's we've got to quit and move on to next on the agenda.
Spooky.
Good thing about snuggers. They are sluggish. It doubles your shields. When you help them.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Ow. It's fine, I didn't need my liver anyway.
Oof.
Oh wait, yes, it works. It works.
Woo!
I live!
Lantern 4 continues to live for now. The problem is, you can't really gear ice cream mugs up too well.
It's just timed so well with the lanterns crunchy, so it's almost like he's eating the treasure.
It tastes delicious.
This has been a thing ever since the Hollow Knight stream. You've seen everything.
Om nom nom.
Nom 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 nom.
Stop freezing my hand.
I've eaten elk.
Yeah,
Does the elk have cheesecake?
Yes.
Damn it.
Beat up elk, get cheesecake.
Sweet.
Oh, we now need to beat the frost giants. Drat.
Welcome to Jotunheim. Home of the Whopper. Hang on one sec.
Okay.
Oh, brilliant.
Darn you, ice cream elemental. Never mind.
Oh, I just realised what I've done.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
He has returned.
Does he have cheesecake?
I'm gonna be having new shoes eventually.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Star, would you say you have a craving for cheesecake?
Yes. I may just end up bothering my parents for one for my birthday, because I don't know if this thing's gonna be slowing down by then.
Yeah.
I mean, I can always send your mom the recipe I use.
You know, I want to go terrible places with this. It's, So, when are you expecting?
Lantern 4 is now Tuxedo Mask.
Oh God, he is.
Fighting evil by moonlight, winning love by daylight.
I never watched Sailor Moon as a kid. So I know like almost nothing about it. I have several friends who were like, "Oh my God, you never watched Sailor Moon?" And I was like, "Yeah, because I have a Y chromosome, and I lived in the South." Ha ha! Gender roles.
Screw the gender role.
Screw the rules, I have green hair.
Oh, I should have done all those drugs.
Screw the rules. I'm Scrooge McDuck.
Screw the rules, I have money.
I've got a jar of dirt. I've got a jar of dirt. I've got a jar of dirt.
Going down for no good, and it's going down to the wire.
It's 2 a.m. Fear is gone. Double-crossed messenger, all alone. Can't get no connection. Can't get through. Where are you? Oh, I have no idea why golden earring suddenly popped into mind, but there you go.
Mm.
And I'm just reminded back in the days when MSN Messenger was a thing.
Oh yeah.
Them were the days.
I
Yep.
mean, we used AIM a lot with in our neck of the woods. Everybody had AOL Instant Messenger.
I pretty much used them all.
Woohoo!
I'm not sure if you understand. This used to be a peaceful land.
Okay,
Since your guild come along, everything has
this one's
gone
got hair.
wrong, and I dread to know now what you've planned.
This one's the car we know and love.
Yay!
Okay.
I will probably be never used for that case. Okay, we're nearly done for the hour. We've been running for about 54 minutes. So we'll call this for now. That we've somehow managed to kill Carl, Kikyo, and Lantern the Third.
I keep dying, and I just won't stay dead.
I mean, I died too.
Oh yeah, yes. We also lost Star, much to our sorrow.
I can still hear her voice.
I can still hear his voice.
This is gonna be a thing, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, it is.
As I put down on the server before, I can trust the Landstar for mischief. So yes, this has been me, the Raven. This has been the Landstar family. Say bye.
Hello. Wait.
If it makes you feel
Nice one.
better, he messed up my outro yesterday too, so.
That is true.
Things Lantern is no longer in charge of.
Say bye, folks.
Don't know why you say goodbye, I say hello.
Okay, we're done. Bye.
We're done.